I've been asking every healthcare professional out here what their thoughts on the coronavirus.
Oh, scary.
Scary. I don't know. I'm not so sure there was a lot of fear porn going on. Not trying to downplay this virus too much because, I'm in that vulnerable age from, anybody above 60 seems to be high death rate if you were to catch this. And this nurse was a radiologist, so she's not really too schooled in the virus end of it, but still, her hospital that she worked in had a suspected case, and they panicked, basically. And well, maybe it'll cost me my life, but I just don't damn trust the media. Again, I'm going to be going out there today and just to see what's what. And I'll take what precautions I can, not make too much contact with physical contact with people, and I'll be wearing the gloves, and I don't know if I'm going to wear the face mask. I don't think I'll go that far. But it's got to be interesting. I just don't want to give in to the fear. So we shall see. Anyway, and her husband was an air traffic controller for 21 years, so he was there during 9/11. So, I couldn't help but get into that. And brought up some anomalies. And this guy actually, like 3 weeks after 9/11, he was in Afghanistan. So, I forgot how fast we rushed into that. So, he had some, he couldn't answer some of my questions. I believe he's kind of questioned it, because when I brought up some of the anomalies, he said he was aware of it, but, for the most part, it's avoidance. You get a lot of avoidance. People don't really want to know the hard truth. It's disturbing. I think the powers that be know that. They play off of it. And they certainly play on our fears. Okay, you know what to do. Hit all the appropriate buttons. Pray for me. I'll see you on the other side. How long have you been an air traffic controller?
21 years.
21 years?
Yep.
So you were there during 9/11?
Yep. I was in the Air Force during 9/11. And 3 weeks later, I was in Afghanistan. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what capacity in the hospital do you work?
Imaging,
what
MRI, CT, X-ray.
Radiology.
Okay, good.
Radiology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been asking every healthcare professional out here what their thoughts on the coronavirus.
Oh, scary.
You think so?
Yeah, we already had like a suspected case. They shut down our ER, made little tents outside. They're not really sure how it spread, so they're like wrapping the patients up in these. They are like zipping the patients up in PPE.
Every other medical professional I spoke to, I even spoke to a doctor in infectious diseases out here. Mm-hmm. and every one of them said this. Everyone. It's the flu. Just wash your hands. Take the necessary precautions. It's no big deal.
Well, they're very, like, crazy about it at the hospital.
Well, yeah, but all these...
Because if you don't
in Texas
present
had that
crazy
Ebola
taking care of
case.
it, and then something goes wrong, you didn't do your job. But yes, it's
It's the flu.
virus. It's a virus.
It's the flu. That's what every one of them said.
We were
Just
all
take
gonna
the
die if we
necessary
had sex 'cause of AIDS.
precautions.
We were all going to die of bird flu, then swine flu.
That's when I remember when sex was dangerous and cyanide was safe.
Yeah, indeed. Now, was at air traffic control, let me ask you, did you notice any anomalies at 9/11 that were something wrong with that?
Well, from where I was at a little Air Force base, and we scrambled everything we had, but I didn't get like airliners and stuff like that where I was at. So, but as far as like that,
I'm just reading this. I pretty much make it my hobby. Just reading this small book about 9/11, and I finished a chapter in here about the air traffic controllers and things that were going on because they were running drills at the same time.
okay.
And that, oddly enough, about attacks on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon.
Oh, okay.
So the guys that were involved with the drill didn't know what was real and what was false.
Right. I did read some of that where it's like, is this real world or is this?
Right. So it's just odd that they would have drills going on, attacking the same targets at the same time.
We always, up until that point, that happened a lot. We would do, so I was in St. Louis, and there would be missions like, okay, we're going to go hit the the Arch in St. Louis. Yeah, that happened all the time.
Yeah, I know you guys would run drills, but I'm saying, what are the odds that the same targets would be hit at the very same time the drills were going on?
That one.
What are the odds of that?
I don't know about that one.
I mean,
Yeah, who knows?
And then there's just so many things about 9/11 that don't make sense. What brought down Tower Number 7 in New York City? No planes hit it.
Yeah.
47 stories tall, housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies in the mayor's emergency bunker. It was a fortress. From where we're standing, from the Twin Towers, that brick building down there, and at 5:20 in the afternoon, it did this in 6 seconds. Perfect controlled demolition straight to the ground, and wasn't even mentioned in the 9/11 report.
Didn't know that.
And then you have as an air traffic controller, you know planes, they're hollow aluminum tubes,
Yeah.
right? Like a beer can.
Yeah.
All right, can a beer can go through 8 18-inch thick steel encrusted walls and make a perfect circle?
200 miles per hour?
We've seen planes fly into
West
mountains.
Texas, you see straw go through glass. Without breaking it.
80 then where's the damage to the wings on the wings? It just left a hole. There were no damage on the side of that hole.
What do you mean?
In the Pentagon, when it flew into the Pentagon, right?
Well, it's an impact hole, but those things come off, yeah, for sure.
But then where are the wings? There were no wings. There were no engines. Where did they go?
I mean, they're
And then you had
going in.
And then you had the airplane, and as a traffic control, you had a 747 fly from here to there, 4 feet off the ground, because that's how far it hit, right? Well, the engines hang 11 feet below the fuselage. They would have scraped into the ground and broken off. Where are those?
I don't have a lot of answers, but you asked why the wing holes are in there. I was like, all right, 200 miles per hour make big holes.
Yeah, well, again, if the plane flew into the Pentagon, right?
Right.
And left a 16-foot hole that flew through 8 18-inch thick walls, came out, and allegedly left some scrap on the other side. Where'd the plane go? Again, what happened to the wings? How come they didn't just break off when the plane went into the pen? Why did I just leave that hole?
Above my pay grade.
Yep.
Oh, you're going to go.
Why I sell booze.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's go get some
Why I
food.
sell the booze.
Have a good
How
night.
you doing, Cook?
Yeah, all good. About you?
It's got a show. Where are you guys from?
Mississippi.
What do you do there?
Farm.
What do you farm?
Cotton, soybean, and corn.
Good deal. Thank you for that. God made a farmer.
Yeah.
So old, Bloomberg said, to be a farmer, all you have to do is just
He's a fucking idiot.
dig a hole and put up,
Yeah.
it's real easy, right?
Yeah, call us idiots.
Nothing to it, right?
Oh, no.
Anybody could do it, right? Yeah. Dumb farmers, yeah.
That was the stupidest fucking thing.
I mean, really?
And then he dropped
I bet, he couldn't grow weeds with instructions on that.
Dumb man. See you.
All right, brother. So, really didn't want to know the truth, did they? And I hope the nurse is wrong. I hope it's all wrong. I hope, and I pray the warm weather that's coming in will make this thing subside. We do know that in China the numbers are subsiding dramatically now. And we can only pray that, so will ours. All right, thanks for stopping by. You know what to do. Hit all the appropriate buttons. Pray for me, and I'll see you on the streets.